What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and the Colts have a huge game coming up this Sunday against the Rams. So, here are my 5 keys to victory for the Colts if they want to get the win this Sunday. I'm really. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and the Colts have a huge game coming up this Sunday against the Rams. So, here are my 5 keys to victory for the Colts if they want to get the win. First one's this: offensive line has to play better. Over the past few years, we come to expect them to have one of, if not the best offensive lines in the NFL. It's something we expect, it's something the rest of the league expects. At this point, it's something everyone expects. However, this past Sunday, the offensive line was not good at all. Quinn Nelson played well, I thought, but everybody else did not play good football. Ryan Kelly made some mistakes, as did Mark Walensky. Braden Smith played his worst game of his career. He was absolutely terrible in this game, unacceptable from him. And then Julian Davenport, didn't expect him to be great or anything. I thought he would have been okay, but he was awful in that game. Absolutely awful in that game. So the offensive line has to play better. I don't care who's in there. They have to play better. Now it's looking like Eric Fisher could come back. So that's good. However, Braden Smith might be out. Quinn Nelson might be out. So even with Eric Fisher coming back, it's still a little scary. The offensive line does have to play better, though. I don't care if Matt Pryor's in there or Chris Reed's in there. I don't care who's in there. You have to play better. And if you don't, it's not going to be good. So the Colts also have to get the run game going. They weren't able to do so against Seattle last week. They got to do it against the Rams this week. Now, good news for the Colts. The Bears were able to run the ball well against the Rams last week. Montgomery, I believe, had 95 yards, so that does make me more confident that the Colts are going to be able to run the ball against the Rams well. Jonathan Taylor's got to get it going. Naeem Hines has to get it going, and I thought he played pretty well last week. Not great, but I thought he played pretty well this past week, but he's got to get it going. And if they use Marlon Mack, he's got to get it going as well. I hope they do because Marlon Mack is a very good running back, but we'll see if he's going to be used at all. The point being, if you're Indy, you have to get the ball moving. And you have to run the ball well if you're going to win this game. The defense has to bring pressure to Matthew Stafford. You have to. You can't let Matthew Stafford just stand back there and just throw the ball to Robert Woods or Cooper Kupp. You just can't allow that to happen. You have to bring the pressure. They were able to do so when they played Matthew Stafford last year, but that was on the Lions. Now he's on the Rams. They weren't able to really bring a whole lot of pressure against the Seahawks last week. They got to change that this week. You have to make Matthew Stafford force errors. You just got to make sure that happens. You have to get to him. You have to make sure he's thinking about you all game long. Get in his face, cause him to make a mistake, force him to make a turnover. You want to get 40 turnovers, Indy. This is where it starts. Force Matthew Stafford to throw a pick or to fumble the football. Get to him. Don't let him have time to throw the ball because if you do that, it's going to be a long day for you. And speaking of that, the defense can't allow big plays. They just can't allow the big plays to happen. They allowed it to happen with Seattle last week. That Lockett 69-yard touchdown, can't let that happen. You just cannot let that happen because the Rams can absolutely do that. You got Stafford with the big arm. Robert Woods can make big plays. So can Cooper Kupp. You just cannot let it happen. You have to go there, stand your ground, and don't allow the big plays. If you're going to allow a 10-yard chunk play, okay. I won't like that because I don't want them to get a first down, but it's better than a 40-yard pass or a run, or better than a 60-yard touchdown like we had last week. You just cannot do that. You have to stand your ground. You don't let them get down the field and have the big plays at all. If you do that and you force them to make mistakes or you just don't allow them to have the big play, we might be okay. And lastly, Frank Reich has to be more aggressive when it comes to play calling. And you probably hear Frank Reich has to be more aggressive. And you're like, Matt, what are you talking about? Frank Reich is a very aggressive coach. And I do agree with you when it comes to fourth down. It's something I respect from Frank Reich. And it's something I like from Frank Reich. Whether I agree with the decision or not, I like that he's willing to go for it on fourth down. He doesn't care what anybody else thinks. If he feels like his guys can do it, he's going to go for it. And that's something I respect. But I'm talking about his play calling. It felt like he was more conservative with his play calls. And I think that needs to change. I get that the Rams don't allow the big plays very often, but he's going to have to take a chance. He's going to have to tell Carson, hey, take a shot here because we're probably going to need him to if we're going to win this game. So Frank Reich, I know Carson is just coming back from that injury and from the list and all that stuff, but take some chances, be more aggressive in that way. And I think if he does that, we have a pretty good chance to win this game. So thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Tomorrow I'll have my pregame video up, so be on the lookout for that. If you're new or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button. Also click the bell icon so you're notified whenever a video goes up, as well as when we go live on here. If you like this video, smash that like button and let me know in the comments below, what are your keys to victory for the Indianapolis Colts? So thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, bleed blue, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you watch one of these other two videos. They're cool. Also, if you're new, please click the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. I greatly appreciate your support.